Hello, today we are going to discuss about the filarial nematode called Wuchereria bancrofti. Wuchereria bancrofti is the common filarial worm which causes lymphatic filariasis in man. It enjoys wide distribution to tropical and subtropical countries, chiefly in Asia, Africa, and America. Also occurs in Australia and the Mediterranean countries. In India, it is endemic in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Gujarat, and West Bengal. Three species of lymphatic filarial worms are known. They are Wuchereria bancrofti, Brugia malai, and bancrofti timori. The first two are very common in India. In Kerala, Brugian filariasis is more prevalent in southern coastal districts. Recently, bancroftian filariasis is found to have spread to filariasis-free areas. Reports show that there are nearly 31.6 million microfilarial carriers in India, with 20.5 million showing symptoms of filariasis. Next, we are going to discuss about the life cycle of Wuchereria bancrofti. The life cycle of Wuchereria bancrofti is completed in man and female Culex or Aedes mosquito. Man is the definitive or primary host and mosquito the intermediate host which serves as a vector. In Kerala, Culex quinquefasciatus is the vector of Wuchereria bancrofti and Mansonia transmit bancrofti malai. Mating and fertilization occurs in the human lymphatics. Female is ovoviviparous, so early embryonic development takes place in her body. On the completion of this development, she discharges large number of juvenile worms known as microfilariae. They pass through the thoracic duct and pulmonary blood capillaries and reach the superficial blood vessel. Microfilaria has a colorless and transparent body with a blunt cephalic end and tapering and cell-free caudal end. The whole body is enclosed within a loose hyaline sheath or sac. It represents a persisting egg envelope. The sheath is much longer and it projects beyond the anterior and posterior extremities of the body. So microfilaria can move back and forth within the sheath. Microfilaria live up to 12 months in the human body if not ingested by mosquitoes. They occur in large numbers in the circulating blood. Typically, they are night swarming and exhibit nocturnal periodicity. They are most active during night time and may be numerous in the peripheral vessels between midnight and morning. However, this periodicity sometimes gets reversed. The nocturnal periodicity of microfilariae synchronizes within the nocturnal habit of mosquitoes. This renders their transmission much easier. Microfilaria are able to undergo further development only in the mosquito. Their transmission to man and mosquito is inoculative, occurring when the mosquito bites a human being for its blood meal. When the mosquito bites an infected person, it sucks a large number of microfilaria also. The mosquito, each of them undergoes partial development and transforms to an infective form. During this, it casts off its sheath in the stomach of the mosquito. Then it penetrates the gut wall, enters the bloodstream, and reaches the thoracic muscles. In about a few hours after its entry into the mosquito, in the thoracic muscles, it undergoes two successive molts and in about 2 weeks transforms to a small actively moving infective form called filariform larvae. The filariform larvae soon leaves the thoracic muscles, enters the bloodstream, and reaches the proboscis of the mosquito for transmission to a new human host. The period between the entry of microfilaria into the mosquito and the appearance of the infective forms in its proboscis is known as extrinsic incubation period. Its duration varies from 10 to 20 days. When a mosquito with infective filariform larvae in its proboscis bites a human host, the larvae get inoculated to the human host. Most of them are destroyed in the host tissue by the immunological and other defense mechanism of the host, but some of them get into the lymphatic system, grow to mature adults, undergo mating, and produce microfilariae. The period from the entry of filariform larvae into the human body and the production of microfilaria is known as biological incubation period or pupatent period. Its length ranges from 8 to 12 months. The period between the entry of the filariform larva into the human body and the manifestation of the clinical symptoms of filariasis is called clinical incubation period. Its duration is highly variable. Next, we are going to discuss about the pathogenicity of Wuchereria bancrofti. Lymphatic filariasis is the common term applied for a group of diseases caused by lymph-dwelling nematodes, such as Wuchereria bancrofti, Brugia malai, and Brugia timori. So it includes bancroftian filariasis, Brugian filariasis, and Timorian filariasis. Filarial infection or filariasis is of two types, asymptomatic and symptomatic. In the former, detectable clinical manifestations are absent, though it is characterized by detectable microfilariemia and antigenemia. But in the latter, there are detectable clinical signs and symptoms. Symptomatic filariasis is of three kinds: acute, chronic, and occult. Acute filariasis is manifested by episodic or sporadic lymphadenitis and lymphadenitis associated with fever. Chronic filariasis develops usually 10 to 15 years after the first acute attack. The incidence and severity of chronic filariasis tend to increase with age. Chronic filariasis is manifested by lymphadenitis, lymphedema, lymphoregia, hydrocele, chleuria, lymphoria, and lymphangiasis. Lymphedema is the swelling of a part due to a block in the lymph vessel which drains that part. Lymphoregia is the rupture of lymph vessels and the leakage of lymph. Hydrocele is a fluid collection in testicles or spermatic ducts. Chleuria is a passage of the chylate through urine. Lymphoria is a passage of lymph in urine. A lymphangiasis is a late complication of filariasis. It is characterized by the excessive growth and thickening of the skin, firm and rubbery, enlargement of the affected part, and degeneration and atrophy of muscles in the affected part. Occult filariasis is a filarial infection in which microfilaria are very seldom found in peripheral blood, although they may be seen in tissues. It is believed to result from hypersensitive reactions to the filarial antigens derived from microfilaria. Only a very small proportion of individuals of an area where filariasis is endemic develops occult filariasis. Its major clinical manifestations are tropical pulmonary eosinophilia, glomerulonephritis, endomyocardial fibrosis, filarial arthritis, and filarial granulomas in the breast.